All 11th of March 2015, and this is my video blog for my transition to health. So I thought I'd sort of update, as it's been quite a while since I last did my video. I think about a week, and the last video I did, I'd had a bit of a negative day, so I thought I'd sort of let you know how my week's gone really. So this week I moved out of just doing juices and decided to kind of do a juice smoothie raw kind of combination, and that's where I've mostly been this last week really. I did from Monday to Friday, I did smoothies and juices during the day and then had a raw meal in the evening. So I've toyed around doing, I'm just having a look to see what I've done, things like just mixed salads. I've had some spiralized courgette noodles, and I've made sort of cheese sauces using cashews and nutritional yeast. Last night I had a lovely raw lasagna that I made from Deliciously Ella's site. And do you know what? It's been a good week. I've really enjoyed it. And I think what I've noticed actually is how little quantity of food I've actually eaten and not felt hungry. And obviously that shows that from a nutritional basis, my body's obviously being fed what it needs to be fed. I was trying to describe the sensation yesterday to somebody. This week I kind of feel light, not light as in weight-wise, but light as in my body feels sort of clean and unblocked and clear and light, which is a really sort of strange sensation. And then when you compare it to how I would have felt this time last year when I was eating processed foods, meat and dairy, and I can see a significant difference in how my body feels these days. So that's a good side effect, I suppose, if that's what you want to call it. I have not really had many juices this week, and the juices that I have tried to have during the middle of the day and maybe for a sort of 4 o'clock snack, I've tried to make them veg heavy because obviously I'm conscious that I'm having fruit in my morning smoothie. I'm using fruit as a snack as well, so you know I may have an extra banana, or I may have I've had a punnet of cherries this week and I've had some strawberries, and of course I'm listening to my body more now, so I'm aware that if perhaps I start to feel a bit of a sugar slump in the afternoon, perhaps I'm eating a bit too much fruit, or I'll increase my vegetables. Although you know my meal in the evening is very veg heavy, and I'm adding superfoods to my breakfast smoothie, so I tend to start the day off with a smoothie because I found that kind of keeps me going a lot longer through the day. I can get through to about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon before I want to eat anything else. So yeah, I'm adding things like chia seeds, and nuts are going in as well, and one or two of them have had flax in. If you want to see what I've been eating, you can come and join our group on Juice 365 and have a look at my meal plan. I'll also post some of the links to some of the sites that I've been visiting this last few weeks, because I've got a Pinterest board, and again, if anybody wants to follow me on that, I'll post the link for that. Raw Amazing, I've been following their Facebook page. I've also got a couple of their books, and there's some lovely recipes in there. I made some really nice crackers this morning. And Rawtarian is another site. She has some meal plans for sort of anybody starting with raw really, and transitional recipes. So I've pulled up a lot of information from those sites. Mental state of mind this week has, on the whole, been really, really good. I feel really positive and really up, and I can see a difference in the way that I'm dealing with emotions, and I'm not turning to food, and I'm analysing situations much better, you know, where something perhaps in the past would have affected me very negatively. That's not happening these days. I'm learning to sort of rationalise things a lot quicker and deal with issues that may arise. So yeah, that's been good this week as well. Exercise, I'm doing the Gillian Michaels Beginner Shred DVD, which for me is amazing considering I haven't really exercised for years. So you know, we've all got to start somewhere. We can't be marathon runners and Olympic athletes from the outset, so it's a transition. So what I've been doing is Gillian Michaels 30-day beginner shred. I did level 1, you do that for 10 days, then you move up to level 2, do that for 10 days, and then level 3 for 10 days. And then what I've been doing is I've been doing 6 days exercise, 1 day rest. I'm now on to day 2 of level 3, which I never thought I would get to. So yesterday was really hard. This morning was slightly easier. But then I remember saying the same thing when I started level 1, that the first couple of days I found it hard, and then when I went on to the second level for the first couple of days, I found it hard. So it's obviously a transition. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. So I'm now kind of thinking about, okay, what am I going to do next? Because obviously I've got about 8 days left on level 3, and I quite like the structure of having a set amount of days on that program rather than following just any random exercise DVD. I'm not ready to start joining a gym or anything like that just yet. So I've looked at several, and there's quite a few. So like Gillian does a 90-day body revolution. There's a new PiYo one that's just come out. There's also Insanity, which I think may be a bit too hard for me at the moment. But Sean, who does Insanity, has bought out something called T25, and that's 5 sessions a week over 5 weeks, and then you move up a level. So that's quite a long-term plan. So I think that may be where I'm going next. And what I quite like about that is each day is different. So he'll do cardio one day, he'll do core another day. So again, it's a different workout every day, whereas with the Gillian Michaels, it's the same workout for 10 days. So yeah, that's going well. I've been challenged this week not to scale hop. I am a serial scale hopper, and I know those numbers shouldn't be important. Unfortunately, to me, they have been in the past, and it's one of those things that I have to sort of put to bed and just not let it affect me. And it's silly to think that something like the scales can have such a control over you. So I weighed in on Monday, and I'd lost a pound during my first week of transitioning out from full juice fast onto juice and eating, which I was really pleased with, because quite often you put weight back on for a little bit when you come out of a juice fast. So I weighed in on Monday, and my other half, we've got a king size bed with loads of stuff underneath the bed, so my other half has pulled half the stuff out from under the bed and put the scales dead center underneath the bed, and then put all the stuff back. Now, obviously you can't tell from the video, but I'm only 5'1", and the gap underneath the bed is quite shallow anyway. So for me to physically pull everything out, to get under there, to get them out if I wanted to weigh myself, is quite a, it's no mean task. And also, there's going to be a thought process going through my head while I'm pulling everything out of, why are you doing this? So do you know what? I weighed Monday, and I did have a little bit of a panic of, oh my God, I can't weigh in. But I'm all right this morning. They're under the bed. I haven't touched them, and I'm not going to stand on them again till next Monday. And if I don't see a loss, don't see a loss, because you know what? I have noticed how much fitter I feel, how much healthier I feel. The other thing that I've done that was different this week as well is I've gone and bought clothes in a smaller size. So I've dropped 3 to 3, almost 4 dress sizes now in a year, which I'm less than a year actually. It was April last year. So I'm really pleased with that. But the thing that's been happening is I've been wearing my old clothes in my bigger sizes, because I didn't really want to go and buy transitional clothes, if you know what I mean. But all my clothes have never been fitted, and they're all quite baggy anyway. And I've realised that I was kind of covering up. So when I looked at myself in the mirror, or when other people saw me, I didn't really look that different, because I'm still wearing big baggy clothes. So this week I actually bought 3 or 4 tops and a couple of dresses in a much smaller size than what I was wearing, and I can see a massive difference now. And the kids have said, wow, we can really see that you've lost weight now because you're wearing stuff that is much more fitted. So that was a really another positive impact this week. So anyway, onwards and forwards. I'm planning again to do mostly smoothies, juices and raw this week. Oh, that was the other thing I meant to say. Last week I did Friday or Saturday, I didn't have raw that evening. I had a cooked meal, but I did cooked vegan, and I also had a treat. I had a slice of tiramisu, which was very enjoyable. I really loved it, and it hasn't tipped me over, so that was good. Although having said that, when I looked on the ingredients afterwards, I did kind of think, oh, why did you go and eat that? Because it does have some very strange ingredients. But you know what? Everything in moderation. And to me, one small slice of tiramisu during the week is fine. I can do that. So anyway, I shall be back again in another week or so. And I hope everyone's getting on okay. And let me know how you're feeling. And visit some of the links below. There's some awesome resources. Thank you.